So nice to see you, Pooley. Coached him, 31 years ago in Boston, and I was such a good influence. You got into broadcasting. You did a great job in Notre Dame. So it's just nice to see you. Yeah, we're vertical.
Rick, I don't know, in previous stops in Ottawa, Vancouver, and of course we saw it here that Saturday against Toronto, but the original six divided house syndrome, that happens here in Winnipeg a lot, and I'm guessing you're expecting it tonight in Montreal, or with Montreal here rather. Is it a different kind of vibe going into the game in a scenario like this?
No, not. I mean, you expect it now. The same thing. It was 7 years in Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal came in. It was 50-50. So, that's part of it. That's part of it. It should not have any effect on how we play today. So you expect that when you come, the Canadian cities in the original six come in. So it's not a big deal.
What about some of the American venues that you coached in? Was there anything like that with a U.S. versus U.S.
Yeah,
team?
no, when we were in Boston, wherever we went in Boston, there's always a huge following. That's one of the original six team I've coached, but wherever we went, there was a huge following, no matter the rink. So it's the same for all the Canadian teams. When they came into Phoenix and the American cities I've built in, there's always been a strong following for the original six, no matter who, of all of them. So which is good. There's passionate fans out there for our game, and we gotta love that, man.
And then just in terms of housekeeping, Morgan Barron and Mason Appleton not out there. What are their...
No, Morgan Barron's going to have an operation tomorrow on his wrist, and he's probably out 4 to 5 weeks. Mason, we expect to play tonight.
Any update on Ehlers? You said he went to the doctor yesterday or something like that.
Ehlers?
Yeah.
He's you know what? It's improving. It's improving slower than we had hoped, but it is improving. So, to put a timeline on it, no, but at least there's progress. And we would hope that it was going to come around quicker. It's not, but there is progress.
Toninato or Harkins, which one is going in tonight?
Toninato will go in. Harkins will take warm-up because we've got a few guys that are banged up a little bit, not feeling great, so Harks will take warm-up just in case.
And just to clarify on Morgan, was this something that happened during the last game, or he'd been dealing with it?
He's been dealing with it.
In practice the other day, or
no? He's just been dealing with it, and it's a small bone in there, and the more you play with it, the more it gets aggravated, and for the team, he was sucking it up and playing through it. But there comes a point where it affects the way you play. Now you're not nearly as effective, and you feel like you're hurting the team. So let's get it fixed.
Coach, I had a look on your Hockey DB page, and there's 40 years between the Sherbrooke Jets and the Winnipeg Jets today.
You're going to bring that up, eh?
How proud are you to still be in a business? Is it passion, dedication? What is this?
I don't know. And David knows this as well. Every day in this league is a blessing, man. It is, and you can never ever take a day in this league for granted, and I never have. So, I've kind of, I don't know if I've ever looked at it. I'm proud of. I don't look at it like that. I looked at it. I'm very, very fortunate, right, to have worked this long in the league, to have been around the league as long as I have. I'm very, very fortunate, but I've never taken a day for granted in this league. I'm certainly not the smartest guy in the league, but I have the passion has kept me going. That's what it is, and it'll keep me going. We're not done yet.
What stood out from the first 9-game block for you?
Encouraging, and there's also a recognition of. I see it when, so I've certainly noticed on the television. I see when things don't go well, we go back into bad habits. That's what. But we knew that coming in, that it was going to take time. There's times during the game you see how we want to play. Then there's times in the game that we're chasing the game way too much. And then when you're chasing the game, you get tired. You go back into your bad habits. So that's what we're trying to change. Are we encouraged that we're sitting here at 5-3-1, at 3 at home and 6 on the road? Yeah. Are we well aware that we have to play better, and we can? That's the encouraging thing. Yeah. We are. So we'll take where we are with an understanding. And the players, we had a great talk about this the other day. We have to play better, and we do. And we can. That's the encouraging thing. So it's a matter of playing to our expectations and our standards on a more consistent basis. But when we get into trouble, it's when I see us creep back into those old habits, and we're watching and we're chasing the game too much. So when you see that, then you know those are the things we're trying to change.
Well, I just had a very interesting comment on what you're talking about there, and that, you know, points rule here. Like it's you need results, right? And so if you're getting results but you're not quite following the process that you want them following, it can be kind of tough and pull you in either direction, because you got to get the points, and it's tricky to leave that behind the way you're playing, getting those points to go play what you're playing. How do you strike that balance between the two?
You never complain about the win, but you always have to be honest on your assessment of how you played. And that's the biggest message that we will send them. Like, as I mentioned the other day, there'll be games that you just play great and you lose. Goalie stands on his head, you're hitting posts. That stuff happens. There's been games we've played poorly and your goalie bails you out. That's going to happen again. So those things over 82 games will balance themselves out. The most important thing from game to game is you assess how you played, and good or bad, regardless of the outcome. The process is the important thing. And if you take care, and we all coaches, we all say the same things. I get that, but it's very true. So we've focused more. So we're not going in there and yell and scream over playing lousy after we win a game. We're not doing that. But we're very honest with them about our assessment of the game. This is where we have to play better. This is where the areas, this can't continue. And they're well aware of it. The guys are well aware of it. They care. They care what's going on out there. So it's the assessment of the honest assessment of how you play the game. It's like me coming to you guys after we give up 16 shots and say, wow, did we ever have a good first period? No, that's not right. You guys are watching the same game. But so it's the assessment. It's the honest assessment, and that's what we deal with the players.
Rick, I know from your comments yesterday you don't put a lot of value in morning game day skates. Do you put value in the fact that you tell your players they don't need to come out and they keep coming out anyway?
Well, the game day player does what he needs to do to get ready. The coach can't tell him what to do to get ready. You have to get ready. That's your job. As I mentioned it the other day, your job as a professional athlete, you control your work ethic, you control your preparation. So if you want to go on, go on. Even if we had a full team skate planned, if somebody came up to me and said, I don't think I need to skate, I'd say, fine, stay off the ice. The day of a game is the player. It's the athlete's day. Let them prepare the way they need to prepare, because then I'm taking away all any excuses. Well, I didn't want to skate and you made me skate. I'm eliminating all excuses on this. So when we have an option, if they think they need to go out, go out. If a day of a game, if they don't think they should go out, and they came to me and said, I don't think I need to skate, fine, don't. But when the puck drops tonight, you better be ready.
Rick, I know yesterday you said you really like what the fourth line has done, and that's the one line that's kind of consistently, getting maybe the team going in the right direction. So with Morgan out, do you move someone up to the third line, or does Dominic just go straight in there?
No, we're going to move Saku up with Lowry, and we'll move Dominic in with the Gus.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Coach.